Hey guys, how's it going? ItZMuRdA here with a comeback episode of current events. Hopefully everything remains stable. We're kind of doing a little bit of a stress test while we do this episode, so if it crashes and burns miserably, that's what happened. Hopefully that does not happen, however, and I just wanted to talk about a couple of things and do a typical current events like you might see on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of thing on my YouTube channel on a regular basis. I do apologize for being out of touch, at least on the YouTubes and the Twitch for the past few days while we've been moving. Most of that is settled in, and while there's still a lot of things to unpack and stuff like that, everything's in pretty good shape right now, and certainly will be coming together here in the next couple of days even further. The I guess the first thing that I'll talk about before we get into that further, maybe I shouldn't be jumping around like this, but Community Clash every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Central or 9 Eastern. As you know, last week was canceled between Future Crew and the Iron Wolves because of test server instability, and was rescheduled for tonight in about just under 5 hours now from now. And we don't know if that's going to happen right now. So I just wanted to give a heads up on that. One, to tune in if it does happen, and two, so that you know in advance if it doesn't happen. It sounds like what I'm getting this just in essentially on my Twitter over here. It sounds like it's postponed until next Wednesday. That's what you're getting over here from the official Community Clash. Originally they said it's delayed due to adverse PTS conditions. They made a little bit of a weather joke and pun there, and then actually just replied to me at the moment saying it's postponed till next Wednesday. I just got that notification on my phone. However, RadarX, about the same time, just a couple minutes ago, also replied saying that they're doing some testing and are working on a fix for it, no ETA. So it's totally possible that there will be a fix for it in the next. Apparently I'm dropping some frames too, so I apologize if this is hard to follow. This setup's still all over the place apparently. Anyway, doing it live. This is it's possible. At least I would think it was possible if I ran Community Clash that in the next 5 hours SOE would get it fixed and we would be able to do it tonight still. But the official word, at the moment at least, is that it's postponed until next week yet again. So just a heads up on that. If anything changes, I'm sure you'll see it on Twitter or anything like that. So be sure to check that out and stay tuned to that. If not, it would be at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, but it sounds like it's going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern next Wednesday at this point. So again, like I said, just a heads up on that. And we've been looking forward to it, so maybe it'll give me a little bit more time to get settled in. But I am ready. I'm ready enough. My gaming PC at least is ready. Streaming PC, I'm not so sure, but ready enough for it. So hopefully it happens here soon. Ideally, they get it fixed tonight, and it happens tonight, but it might not happen until next week, unfortunately. So this is the original post on PlanetSide Universe about it. You can just go to planetside-universe.com. It's one of the news posts. I can also link it. That aside, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the streaming PC and the past couple of days and things like that. It's been, I don't even know what the words are. Moving is moving in general, and there's always hiccups that you don't expect and things like that. On top of all of that, there's been a handful of things that I ran into with the streaming PC that I didn't expect. I want to thank Taroko Kill and Josk for their help in various ways. Advice and input on the setup here, but anyway, long story short, the streaming PC is about 95%, or at least it was about 95% old parts, things from previous builds, spare parts I had laying around, things like that. It's actually still a decent setup, and I'll update the Twitch technical specs page to have the components listed there. But it is still old stuff. I got an older case out. I vacuumed the hell out of it because it was all dusty at this point because it wasn't being used and all the things like that. So it was a pretty big project in and of itself to build the computer. Probably took longer than it would if you just ordered new parts and had them all packaged nicely and things like that, like you typically do. So I learned some things from doing that, but I did essentially save a bit of money on it as well. But long story short, two of the case fans from the case that I was using had stopped working in their hibernation period where they weren't being used. So I actually stopped at Staples on the way home from work yesterday, picked up two replacement case fans. I probably played more than I should have, but whatever. And I fixed that problem, and I also neglected to realize that I didn't have a CPU cooler for socket 1366 available, because I've been taking my Noctua cooler from build to build for a while now, and I just had like some really old Gigabyte coolers that wouldn't fit. So I was stuck with an i7 Intel stock cooler, which I really hate, and it's actually the first time I've used an Intel stock cooler, even though I've had like a million of them in the past. I just never use them. But as we're sitting here, I've been idling on the desktop at about 40 to 45 Celsius, and as we're streaming just nothing right now, just the internet browser, we're going between like 60 to 65, which is not dangerously hot, but it's a lot hotter than I would want, and I don't have anything overclocked. I don't have the voltages touched yet. I don't have the encoding changed or made better or anything like that, which is something that I'd like to tweak around with. So moral of the story is, at that setting you could still do 720p 60 FPS, which I'm now able to do. This isn't 60 FPS if you can follow my mouse cursor fast enough, but LOL, right? But it's still not ideal performance-wise. I want to get it down so that I can increase the quality elsewhere and things like that. So that is going to be actually ordered a Hyper 212 Plus, pretty inexpensive cooler that will get the job done a lot better. And hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. Newegg's really good when they ship from New Jersey, so we'll see. It shipped out today. So there's that, which I want to upgrade so that I can make a few more adjustments to the streaming PC and get it to run even better. And then there's the power supply, which is probably the worst part of it all. I had a Thermaltake Tough Power 750 watt overkill monster. For this machine. It doesn't need quite that much, but I had one, and last I remembered it was working fine, but it's been giving me some shit. I'm semi-surprised that the computer's been up and running long enough. Oh, we're dropping frames again. Looks like my ISP is still being a little bit of a jerk. Might have to talk to them. So anyway, if you're just joining us, I'm going to now have to take the time to merge these two segments together, because my ISP is a sack of shit, and apparently dropped the stream connection, because even though when I go to speedtest.net and it tells me that I'm getting 37 upload, I still can't stream at 3-bit rate apparently, or 3K if you will. So that actually wasn't the streaming PC exploding. That was my ISP dropping the ball for about a month now consecutively. I thought I had got some good news. They fixed a plant problem that was maybe contributing to the Connery packet loss, but I haven't really got time to check that out yet. Unfortunately, there is still some sort of an issue that's dropping frames when it really shouldn't be. But anyway, that's a separate issue that I've been dealing with for weeks now, and hopefully will be completely resolved in the near future. And as I was saying about the power supply, apparently at some point it has gone baddish. It's working right now. It's powering the stream right now, but the computer has shut down on me a few times. Every time I restart, even if I just manually restart, it'll fail a few times. Like as it's going to post, it'll power on for 5 seconds and then shut off and restart, and power on for 5 seconds and shut off and restart. And it'll do it like 1 to 3 times, pretty much every time I restart, and it like needs to catch. And when it does, I had it running for 2 hours last night, no problem, maybe even longer than that. And other times it's just shut off, so it's testing poorly. And I ordered another Corsair power supply with that Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus, so it will also hopefully be here tomorrow. And that's why I'm not sure if the stream's going to do much of anything tonight. Maybe. I mean, like, if everything works properly, we're in good shape. We've got the streaming PC set up. It's taking the load off of my gaming PC. It's at 60 FPS instead of 30, which it used to be at. I mean, things are good, but there's a few different moving parts that aren't exactly working most optimally. So I'm not so sure about that, and we'll see. The stream might be hit or miss today. I'm hoping to receive my shipment early enough tomorrow and be able to just fix all of that, swap all that stuff out, and then we'll be back to normal for sure. hopefully tomorrow evening. That is Thursday, September 5th, the evening of. But I might do some test runs later tonight on the stream and just see how much it can take and things like that. The ISP issue is completely a separate one at this point, which looks like I'll probably have to call them back about again, and maybe in the meantime just stream at a lower bitrate, which is kind of pathetic when you pay for extra upload and you can't even do this. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. I'll be around. I've been on Twitter and Facebook like the entire time, so if you don't follow me over there or whatever, that is helpful, I suppose, to be in touch. But I will maybe, if I can find some time. There's actually a few more errands I still need to run today. I just got home, and I don't know what's happening with the Community Clash at this point, like I said. So there will maybe be some streaming later tonight if I, seem like I can get this computer stable enough. I also don't want to just keep it running constantly if it's on poor power or anything like that. But I'm really hoping tomorrow, like I said, when Newegg ships from New Jersey, it's usually here the next day, even with like the basic shipping. So we will see. Hopefully that'll be here tomorrow, and then like we can be back to normal. Assuming back to normal is still having ISP problems, because we've been having those for like a month now. So that's just kind of become the norm, as sad as it is. But we'll be back to normal and then some, because the stream will be at better quality, butter smooth 60 FPS. I did some private like local recording testing with it the other night, just to see if everything was working properly, to get my my audio going from one computer to another properly and things like that. And that's what Toro definitely helped out a lot with, doing some wizardry. Right now I'm talking to you through a microphone that's not hooked into the streaming computer. How ridiculous is that, right? So anyway, there's some stuff. It looks really good, and certainly by this weekend, I would say, and hopefully just by tomorrow, everything will be up and running and improved over what you've been used to for a while now. So I'm kind of just rambling. It is a little bit frustrating. It's been a lot of goofing around, trial and error, moving things, unpacking things and whatnot for me for the past few days. So, oh, we're dropping some frames again. Yes. So anyway, I do really appreciate everybody's patience, and I'm looking forward to the future, because I'm confident that this is going to increase. And before Twitch just completely, or my ISP, whichever way you want to look at it, just completely cuts this stream off yet again, I'm going to probably go ahead and close it down and upload it to YouTube. And hopefully good news here in the future. Like I said, I'm really excited about the setup. I'll tweet or Facebook some images of our command center over here, and show you guys what we've got going on. And like I said, hopefully tomorrow, if not certainly in the very near future, we'll have everything up and running, back to normal, and even better with offering you guys some better quality, higher FPS and things like that. So I really do appreciate the patience, and if you don't already, please tune in to ItZMuRdA.com or twitch.tv/ItZMuRdA_TV for the stream, which is usually happening every day, with the exception of the past few days and things like that, when we've been moving and when there's other very, very rare exceptions. But nonetheless, do tune in. I really appreciate all the support, guys, and again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your patience through all of this process. It should be a very temporary one, and maybe tomorrow all of the computer-related stuff will be fixed, and then I just gotta get on my ISP's ass a little bit more to make sure that's fixed. And the end result's going to be a much greater quality stream, and I think a lot more fun for me, because I'll be getting better frames as well in-game, and for you guys to watch. So looking forward to it. Tune into the Community Clash. It looks like it's happening next week at this point, but keep your eyes open just in case they get it fixed and it decides to happen tonight. So you guys have a good night, and I will be around, be in touch, and I hope you had a good holiday weekend and things like that. Take care, and I'll see you soon.